What's up, comic book collectors, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we will discuss if CGC would recognize this as restoration or just simply color bleed in the book, as well as a really nice hangout slash interview with Jeff over at comicspa. So if you like this kind of content, please hit subscribe, smash that like button. Leave me a comment, let me know what you thought of the video and the channel, as well as following me on Instagram. I post all the books that I share here on that page. You can follow me at Up.NorthComics. What's up, comic book collectors? This is Bruce from Up North Comics. I'm here in Chicopee, Mass to meet up with my good buddy Jeff. I'm waiting for him in the car to arrive right now. I probably should have recorded this a little bit sooner. I was waiting outside my vehicle like an idiot, and I was like, man, I should make a video before I meet up with him. So just a quick little intro. Me and my family came down here for vacation. My sister-in-law is actually graduating college, and she's going to be a doctor. So that's pretty interesting. And I decided to come down here to do that, and also to meet up with Jeff. He was working on some books of mine. He had X-Men 101, which we found some restoration. So we're going to be going over that, go over all the details with that, but also he had X-Men number 129, which I'll be keeping for my personal collection, and that one looks like it came out beautiful as well. So as soon as I meet up with Jeff, we will go inside. We decided to meet up at a Panera Bread, so we're going to do that, and we're going to go over the books. So see you inside. So everybody, we're sitting here with Jeff from comicspa. We just got inside Panera. Actually, I'm totally lying. Those are we're having drinks. We chit-chatted for a little while, but he's got some books that he wants to show me.
So these were the ones that I think if people watched Brandon's upload, we were talking about.
Yep.
And we only got two here. He's got more with me, but this is as quick as I could go at the time. So we've got this one here, which is X-Men 129.
Yeah.
And I think it came out fairly decently. Got a good gloss on it. Wasn't
Very
too many
nice gloss.
Not too many defects. It had a lot of color breaking ticks.
Yep.
But beyond
see if I can get that in the light here. It's got some ticks, yeah, for sure, but the gloss on it is really what I wanted worked on it, just because it's for my personal collection.
We got the back side
here.
Yep. Don't have the greatest of lighting, but...
Yeah, we're inside Panera Bread right now.
But Panera lighting.
It was a good place to sit down, have a chat, look over the books.
Yep. So
very nice.
So that's that one.
I think that one came out great.
Yeah, this one actually, you can always tell, like when some books have really good sizing, the gloss on them, and this one still, had a very good gloss on it.
Yep.
And it did quite well with the ones that have it will do really well with glossing up.
So Jeff, in your experience, what do you think you would put this book as grade-wise?
For grade-wise now, looking at it, so it's on the forum right now. I'm going to be curious what they have to say, but because of all the color breaking ticks, and I was just talking to Bruce about this, that it used to be if you had two color breaking ticks, you couldn't get any higher than 9.4. So right now he's probably got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other than that, a little bit of color rub here.
Yep.
You can just barely see it. I'm trying to think what the other defects. Blunting. There was blunting on both ends just a little bit.
Yeah. Probably was 7.5.
I think you're in the 7s. Yeah, I would say you're probably like a 7.5, 7.0.
Okay. That's fair.
So that's that one.
Cool.
That one there.
And this was,
I don't know what to say about this one. So this is another paradox.
It is a paradox.
We cannot figure out why this turned out the way they did. But the story behind this one was, it came in, Bruce said that when it was given to him, it was about a 4.0, 4.5, I think you said somewhere there. And so it definitely needed a lot of work. It had a lot of creases. Thank God a lot of them were non-color breaking creases. So those I can play with, especially if I'm using the water bath. So I did that, and unfortunately I was able to get some stains out, but for the first time I've never seen this happen, and I still say that it's not restoration. I don't understand why these popped up from nowhere. We've got some stains here. There's one here that you can't see, and I think it's the back page that shows, or is it the front page? Oh, it must be the front page. So if you flip this over, you can see here, and then at the top, we have it.
It's very strange that it's at the top and bottom of there.
And then you can see, like,
right in the crevice of the book right there.
Yeah, the lighting's not really greatest, but and it popped out of nowhere. And actually, this is better than when it first came out. It really looked dark, and it's not because it dried, because it already had dried.
Yeah.
And it just, for some reason, it started to get a little bit lighter, and I can't explain that. I have no idea why it did. I tried to use a light box on it to see if maybe it's affected by light. Maybe I could remove it, but I had no luck whatsoever with that. But overall presentation, I want to say that if it wasn't for that, he could have been probably in the 8s, but probably now it's probably maybe 7.
Yeah, we're probably going to drop it down to a 7 with the stains.
Yeah, maybe again, if it were to go to CGC, which he said he's not going to do.
Yep.
Because I guess this is going somewhere. I think it would be somewhere in there. They usually grade conservative, so you'd probably be, I think, somewhere in that area, I think. So, yeah, so this is an odd one. It did really well, except for that.
Exactly.
I had high hopes for this. It wasn't for those stains. It could have been, again, like I said, in the 8s. And
so Jeff was very professional and let me know about the stains right away. So what I had done was I contacted the buyer that I purchased this book from, and he refunded me back immediately. So this one is unfortunately going to have to go back to him because, man, it's a beautiful copy. But hey, I would rather not deal with something like this because we just don't know what it is.
And the guy will be able to sell it again. I mean, this is one if I would be like, if I saw those stains or whatever you want to call it, I would be kind of still interested. I mean, it makes sense. Look at the front cover. It really does not present poorly.
Can't even tell.
Yeah.
No.
So that's kind of what I'd be looking at. That's kind of what people buy books for, is they really buy them for the covers and how they present.
Exactly.
They want the damage to be on the back, and that's where
it is. Yeah.
So, yeah. And plus you had these I couldn't get out. They had these.
Yeah, that's minor. That's like embedded in the paper.
It is, and if you saw, I wish I had the original. Well, I do have the original, but I could send them to Bruce. But you can see how bad this area was originally.
Yep. I'm gonna try to upload some pictures in this video as well when I do my editing of some of the original pictures that Jeff had sent me. So.
Oh, I forgot you do have those. Yeah, you already have those originals.
Yeah, I have them in my email.
Yep, another experiment, kind of like Brandon's had a crazy one too. So.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. So Jeff, how long have you been pressing and working on books for?
So somebody else asked me that. I want to say that I started working, and originally I did this because I wanted to get into. I had my own collection, and I wanted to bring it up. I had originally sent my books back in, my personal collection, and some of my big books back in the year 2000. It was my Avengers and Tales to Astonish, and so back then I never thought about cleaning and pressing. It was not something that even came to my mind until I started seeing it on YouTube back in 2010. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to go out and get a whole bunch of crappy books, and I'm going to start experimenting. I used to work in the paper industry for 15 years.
Yep.
I thought, I could easily do something like this, and I did. I learned a lot. Because every generation of books are made differently. There's DC, Independent, Marvel, and I had to learn the nuances, because a lot of these books, sometimes they have things on the inside that you have to work around. And,
exactly.
So that's kind of how I learned, and it was just trial and error. I mean, I didn't come out smell like roses when I first started. I was pretty much like everybody else when they probably started learning to do this. So it was right around 2011, 2013, and then I didn't start working on my books till probably like 2014. And then doing other people's books, that got done because I went to my local LCS, and one day he says, hey, did you do other people's book? I said, I never did it, but I could do yours. You give me a crappy book, I'll show you what I can do. And they liked it, and they wanted me to do more, so I did a lot of third print Ninja Turtles #1s. I did those in the very beginning, and everybody was happy, and I just kept getting better and better. So that's kind of the history of kind of why I began.
Yeah, awesome. So elaborate a little bit more on the paper industry.
Yeah, so back in the day, I worked for a paper company. We used to coat papers and films for copy paper. We did billboards, like canvas billboards, and that's where I learned the process of using water as your not your solvent, but your water-based products to put a coating on, and as soon as it dries, it can't be affected by water anymore. So we did those products back in the day for the billboards and things like that. And so I learned a lot about that stuff and realized that the comic industry had done that probably in the early 70s.
Right.
Used the same technology.
And
so
I didn't know that at all. So
I didn't either
learning
until
all this information now.
Silver Age kind of taught me that, because I could see, like, if you ever try to use water on a Silver Age book,
Okay.
even if you put it in a paper towel, rinse it out, you know, try to squeeze it out, let it dry a little bit, and just wipe it across, you'll literally see streak marks go across that you just made
Okay.
because of the water that you had in your
Right.
paper towel. So I learned that I have to be careful.
So you're referring to the gloss of the book.
Right, the size. They
Right
call it sizing.
here.
Yeah, they call it the sizing.
The sizing, okay.
Yeah, and so they do it differently. In some generations, they put more on it than others. Like the Golden Age used to put a really good coating on it, and in some of this early Silver Age, they did the same thing.
Yep.
But as they started to save money, because it is a comic book, nobody really cared about it. They tried to find a way to save the money, and
makes sense.
yeah. But I wish I had the original data that would tell me, like, in the processes of each company, like what they did through each process, so I would know, like, with each book, what I could get away with, like what I could do with.
Yep.
Because maybe there's a Silver Age book I could put in aqueous bath. I don't know. So I've never attempted it because they're they're hard to find, and they're valuable to me. So I don't want to ruin any of them.
And I understand that. Yeah.
So.
But you're still doing it, and you're still learning every day. You know, there's always going to be different things. Yeah. There's always going to be different things that you see, and that's the nature of the beast, right? That's
it. That's exactly.
And that's the beauty of it, because you can only go up from here. You're constantly learning and evolving and doing things differently.
Yep. And what makes it easy is the comic industry. Like, people that are in the comics industry, whether you're a collector, a buyer, we all seem to be very much the same, and it's the personalities you meet. They're all just really nice guys, and they're all understanding. And I didn't think this business was going to work for me, because I didn't think I could go quick enough, because there was only one person doing all this work. But they're all like, "Oh no, take your time." And I was like, "Wow,
that's awesome."
I still can't believe that. You know, I thought they wanted the Jiffy Lube, get me in, get me out. But no, they're actually they're willing to wait, and you know, and so
that's great. That's great. So
happy.
Even if you're booked a year out, people are like, just work on it when you have a chance.
That still blows my mind that they will wait 50-something months or 50-something weeks, and I'm like, but they're
like,
actually
that's
fine.
okay.
Just
Don't worry about it.
Keep us updated. Let me know when you can get to me, and they seem to be okay with it.
Right. So Jeff, I wanted to thank you so much for taking the time to actually hand deliver these books to me. I don't think that happens very often with you, right? Unless it's Mike.
Local. If they're local,
okay, they're local.
I do have local comment. I prefer to do that, because I want people to get to know me and what I'm doing. Because you know, to me, my collection, these were my babies. I couldn't just hand them over to somebody.
Right.
I had a hard time with that. I mean, just even the first set of books that I sent down to CGC, I got on a plane with them and went down there, and I actually got to see. That's how much I did not want to hand my books in the mail. I didn't want anybody else touching them.
Yeah.
So if anybody's a freak about that, that would be me.
Well, you saw my packaging, right?
I did. Yeah, you were like, I felt like I could have fell from the top of a building and landed on a soft pillow on that damn thing.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to take the moment to give you guys a little bit more information on Jeff. So this is his business card that he included in his comicspa. There is his information. Jeff Newman. You can contact his email right there. Also his phone number. And he will gladly take your books anytime that you want work done to them.
Just have to have patience, because I'm backed up.
He does a fantastic job, as you guys can see. I'm gonna upload some before pictures and after, just so you guys can see the work that Jeff did. Jeff, thank you so much again.
No, not a problem.
Really appreciate it. And that's going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you guys enjoyed hanging out with me and Jeff for a little bit, just kind of going over the books that he cleaned and pressed for me, as well as getting a little bit of a background story. And then, of course, I have the 129 in hand, ready to go into the personal collection. This book came out excellent, and I couldn't thank Jeff enough for working on it for me. And I really wanted to bring out the gloss in this book. You know, it did have the heavy spine ticks on the side, which will take away from the grade, but it doesn't take away from the overall eye appeal. I love this book raw, and I think that it's going to display in my collection fantastically. So thank you again, Jeff. If you guys want to check out Jeff, here is his business card one more time. You could contact him right there, Jeff Newman. He's got all of his information right here. He does a fantastic job. He's been in the business for a long time, so you're going to be in good hands with Jeff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, we will see you on the next video.